Hello, I'm Zash, and welcome to episode 3 of my G-Senjou no Maou, or Devil on G-String, Let's Read. Joining me, as always, is my co-reader Faith. Last episode, we had our first date with Tsubaki. She seemed nice, kinda clueless, and innocent, but also really sweet and nice. In stark contrast, we found what kind of work Azai Kyosuke does for his father. It's extorting money out of other gangsters for his Yakuza corporation. And also, we had some fun on the roof of the school building, where Usami decided to give people their RPG roles. Tsubaki was a healer, Kanon's a fighter, Aichi's a slime. But now class is over, and club activities will start. Please enjoy. Ellipses. Mega ellipses. After school was over, I crept over to the lab equipment storage room. It's usually locked, but a teacher let me borrow the key once, and I secretly made a duplicate. This is Ichi and my territory. Let the secret club activities begin.
I am concerned.
Where's this going? Aichi was in the hall, waiting for permission to enter the room. Bees. Flying honey-making insects. Babies. Prodigal progeny, fruits of my loins. Rabies. Very scary. Wannabes. Yeah! And thus, the password check was complete. Very well. You may enter. Okay.
Oh,
That
friend.
is a very unfortunate costume.
Oh, dear.
And
That is so unfortunate.
yes, I do not know if that was chosen because they don't know the cultural significance of that costume in America, or because they do.
I don't know. Oh, that is so unfortunate. The costume the character's wearing looks like a KKK robe.
She just went, wow.
Yes. It's entirely possible that they don't know. But still. Oh, dear.
It's been a long time, God. Yes, it's been half a year. Nah, we met last month. Kind of forgetful, deity, aren't ya? How rude. My time is infinite, and therefore my concept of time isn't as specific as yours. Ah, I apologize, God. Aichi knelt in front of me. But seriously, Lord, that headpiece is tasteless as crap. Yes, I think we're all in agreement on that. Silence, mortal. You're the one who made me wear this in the first place. Wait, really? If you feign ignorance, God will become wrathful. I sincerely apologize. Every time I come to see thee, you've given aid, and I'll never forget my debt to you. Yes, the fact that you can enjoy this existence is all thanks to me. Right, you were the one who gave me Miss Noriko's phone number, God. Yes. You were also the one who told me that Miss Noriko liked to drink. Oh God, this is not going to... I'm glad you understand. But why on earth can't I seal the deal with her? That's your problem. Whatever. I'm going to cut to the chase. I have a new request. Sure, let's hear it. There's nothing I can't do. Aichi lowered his head. Someone's cramping my style. How tragic. It is simply human nature that one cannot avoid hating another. That freaking girl, she stomped all over my love with her dirty feet. Oh, that's truly unforgivable. Yes, God, please visit your judgment upon her and bring down the mighty hammer of retribution. No problem. What's her name? Kanon. Who? Azai Kanon. Hey, wait a minute. What's wrong, God? You've always been there to give me a dirty trick when I've needed one. Yep, but this is completely different. You taught me how to peek into the girls' bathroom without getting caught, how to eat in the classroom without getting caught, how to sneak into the faculty office without getting caught. Hold it right there. No, I've just about had it. If it weren't for her, Noriko would have been mine a long time ago. Oh, come on, you're projecting here. Besides, Kanon is my... God is God, isn't he? The one and only. God can't have a sister. Looks like he's going to get his revenge one way or the other. Cool down. Kanon may be a spoiled brat, but she's not a bad person. Don't me. Don't me either. What are you, an infant? Damn, there's no point in acting cute in front of you. I already know what you're really like. So, you really won't help me out, no matter what? No. Grr. Fine then, you bastard! All right, meeting adjourned. God has better things to do. After putting the cone hat on the rack in my makeshift dressing room, I walked out into the hall. I can't believe you're so heartless. Revenge isn't a good thing. Aichi looked like he wanted to spit on the floor. If it's a girl you want, I can always introduce you to another one. Unless she's older than me, graduated from post-secondary, and makes more than 10 mil a year, I don't want her. Oh, please, that's utterly impossible. No, it wouldn't be that impossible. The only problem would be that I'd have to use my other, non-student persona to introduce him to such a woman. This is boring. Let's go to the arcade! About that. What? You're not honestly going to pretend you're busy when I know you're just heading to Central Boulevard to pick up girls all night, are you? Not this time. I promised I'd meet up with Tsubaki. Huh? Who cares? Just pretend you forgot, like you always do. We're going to buy a CD together. We were together yesterday, too, you know. This could be a start of a brand new love. Oh, for the... That's precisely the problem with you daydreaming horn dogs. Come on, a promise is a promise. Sheesh. You bullshit all day long, and then you turn around and act like some main character with an unbreakable moral code? I really want to beat you up sometimes. That's actually rather satisfying. See you tomorrow. It seems that the school's opinion of me meets my expectations. I'm going home to find comfort in my bunny. If I maintain this lie, others will begin to see it as the truth. When I came upon Central Boulevard, the streets were already illuminated by the endless rows of neon light. It would appear that I'm a little bit late. Pushing back the suffocating crowd, I walked toward the cafe Lapis Lazuli. Welcome, table for one? The waiter greeted me with a single finger raised. No. Someone's waiting for me. As I glanced around the cafe, I realized that I couldn't find Tsubaki. Excuse me, did a girl wearing a Gyuga Saki uniform stop by? The waiter tilted his head a bit. She carries a diary around everywhere. Ah, yes. Indeed, she was here. Did she already leave? I saw a man with her. They left together just a short while ago. What? Don't tell me. What was the man like? He talked to every girl who'd lend him an ear. Wore a black jacket, very big and very tall. Yep, a con artist. He probably saw Tsubaki as an easy target. Yeah, she would be.
Yeah.
Generally, con artists won't immediately bring their prey into their office. Instead, they'll talk to girls in some place with a nice atmosphere, like this cafe, trying to measure them up. And Tsubaki has sucker written all over her.
Yeah.
Jesus, that naive girl. At the best, he wants her to work at his hostess bar. At the worst, he'll want her in a porno. Even though I had just arrived, I immediately left. There are 4 operational talent agencies of varying size along Central Boulevard. All of them are under the protection of Azai Gonzo's organization. Of course, they all know what the Azai Corporation is. Even though I don't want to resort to this, I really have no choice. I dialed on my cell. This is a call from the Azai Corporation. Has your agency been in contact with a girl named Tsubaki in the past few hours? She'd be wearing a Gyuga Saki uniform. Ellipses. Ellipses. An hour passed.
Ah, Azai-kun.
Tsubaki walked down the dark stairs of the building. Ah, I finally found you. It's nearly impossible when you don't carry a cell. Despite being picked up by a con artist, she doesn't seem to be in any bad shape. What happened? I pretended to not know anything.
Well, this magazine photographer said he wanted me to take some photos with him.
Wow, not bad. You are pretty cute.
Not really, but thank you.
That smile almost ended up in a dirty magazine. But you promised you'd meet me at the coffee shop. You shouldn't have gone off with strangers.
I'm sorry. Really, really sorry. He was just so passionate, and it would have been so sad if I rejected him. And I did want to try and contact you first.
You know how if she told the con artist, I'm waiting for my boyfriend Azai Kyosuke, the con artist might have shit a brick.
He really would have. Oh, okay, time to leave. But there aren't any phone booths on Central Boulevard, so he said I could use a phone at his workplace.
Seriously? This girl has absolutely no sense of danger or suspicion. So, what about the photographs?
Well, they didn't even take a single one. I don't know why, but he suddenly said I should go home and respectfully escorted me to the door.
Of course that bastard would be respectful after hearing the Azai family name.
I probably just wasn't good enough.
At that, I could only crack a wry smile. Forget about it. It's no big deal. Let's go get that Bach CD.
Oh, yeah. Sorry for making you wait.
Ellipses. Mega-ellipses. After we bought everything, we casually strolled along the streets.
Azai-kun, why did you buy 2 of the same CD?
You don't know?
Oh, I'm sorry, I really don't.
I explained as I looked at the 2 CDs. The first is for my collection. I'm never going to open it. Room decoration only.
Wow, you must really like it. The only songs Bach wrote that I know were Air on the G String and Toccata and Fugue.
Well, those are some of his most famous pieces. This CD is centered around Kanon.
Kanon?
To be specific, Partita number 2 in D minor. It's played exclusively by violins, so it's very hard to put together.
Partita?
There are many versions of this Kanon. The most famous is probably the one by Busoni, but personally, I'm not too hot on that one.
Busoni?
Although, well, Bach's polyphonic compositions are excellent, of course, I do think that some of his works that hold back a bit or rein in their complexity and difficulty, pieces much like Air and Fugue, that allow the audience to enjoy the beauty of their melodies, have a charm of their own.
Oh, yeah, I get you.
The French suites are an astounding example of this. If we wanted to talk performers, Leonhardt plays the best harpsichord on these pieces, but you'd have to give me a little more time to think when it comes to the piano.
Wow. Really?
Even though I've said this much, please don't think of me as a die-hard fan. I still don't understand the appeal of his church cantatas, for example.
How is this not acting like a die-hard fan?
Mega ellipses. Ellipses.
Thanks for being with me today. I even got a cute diary. I had a lot of fun.
In the end, what sets Bach apart from the rest is
He's still not done?
we arrived at the station before we knew it. Oh, crap! I promised Kanon I'd come watch her this evening. Skipping out twice in a row would drive her nuts.
Really? I'm sorry for keeping you for so long.
Nah, don't worry about it. Just a second, I need to take this.
Oh, go ahead. Is it Kanon-chan?
I grabbed my phone. Hey. Oh, Miki-chan, what's up? Ellipses. Oh, yeah, right. Really? Well, let's grab some dinner next time, okay? Ellipses. Yes. See ya. It was nothing important. Sorry, Sabaki. I have to go now.
Azai-kun.
Tsubaki was forcing her lips shut, swallowing her tension. What?
Well,
Yeah?
can you lend me that CD?
Sure, no problem. I'll give it to you in a couple of days from now, after I've finished listening to it. Was that really it?
Great. Then I'll see you at school tomorrow.
It seems that she's still hiding something. Oh well, who cares? After saying goodbye, I left for the skating rink. It was 2 stations from Central Boulevard by train. The skating arena is a complex building smack dab in the middle of the Central District. It has regular ice rinks as well as special ones for ice hockey and figure skating. It's even kept open year-round. With the amount of media attention Kanon's has been receiving recently, it's not surprising that Tonmanbutsu City is going all out with its sports facilities. It was 6:30 already. It's almost time to clear out the regular customers and make the complex into a facility solely dedicated to reserved practice time. I got in after explaining to security that I was a relative of Kanon. Of course, joining these athletes on the ice during their rigorous training is strictly forbidden. I sat in the stands and silently observed the practice.
Hey, Nissan!
A happy, carefree voice came from the direction of the rink. I couldn't see her coach anywhere, so it was probably break time.
Nissan, look!
And now I'm going to prove my Canadianity
What?
and knowing about ice sports. Because I know that that costume would not be legal in the Olympics.
Oh, why not?
The skirt's too short for one. Apparently, back in like the 80s, they had a figure skater who did a routine in pretty much a bikini and feathers. And there was a whole media shitstorm about how figure skating's become all about sex and not the art and blah 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 blah. So the Olympics just made it so like women have to be wearing pants or a skirt that comes down to over the knees or something. I can't remember the actual restriction. Has to cover part of the arms.
Yeah.
And that sort of stuff.
Well, personally, I would want something that
Yeah.
covered my skin anyway, because wiping out on the ice,
Yeah.
that's why most of them have something that actually goes from neck to wrist to ankle. Because it's cold, and because, if they fall, they're not going to
they're out
tear
on the
their skin
ice
off.
and doing their routine, they warm up. It's
I know
quite a
that
workout.
the exercise warms them up, but they're being in there for a long time. They're not going to be active the whole time.
Yeah, but usually the places where they're waiting have heaters pointed at it, so it's not that cold.
Still,
But yeah.
you really don't want to leave your skin on the ice when you fall.
They usually Zamboni the ice every time between each performance, so it's not that rough.
So it's not that it's rough, it's that it's ice.
And wet ice.
Just touching it with your skin, it'll take skin off. I mean, touching really cold ice, it tears your skin up.
Yeah, but it's not usually that cold. It's usually only like a few degrees below zero type of thing.
It's a giant block of ice.
Yeah, but you don't stick to it.
If that's a blessing, but I'm not gonna fall on it and...
It's still hard.
Yeah.
The hardest part of learning to skate is the ice.
Yeah, because you're gonna fall. It's like riding a bike. You're gonna fall.
Kanon gracefully glided around a track, not even wearing a coat. Hey, what are you playing?
It's not a game, it's compulsory figures.
Compulsory Figures is an event where an athlete has to etch a pattern onto the ice. Although, since it's unsuitable for TV broadcast, the event has been excluded from most competitions.
Practice is gonna be over soon, so wait for me.
Kanon was on one leg, going in a circle. Occasionally, she would change the direction of the curve, slowly tracing out a symbol on the ice. Due to its slow nature, it doesn't look all that fancy. I'm getting bored here, but for Kanon, it's an important test of her skills.
All done.
To keep on practicing, even during break. Impressive.
Hehe, wait till you get a load of this.
Kanon faced me while skating backwards. The skates traced out 2 parallel curves with complete ease. Wow, have you gotten better or something? I gave her an obligatory compliment.
I'm going to go spin now.
Pivoting off that motion, she began to spin. But it would appear that she didn't generate enough momentum, and she suddenly stopped shortly thereafter. Wow, that looked really good or something.
Or something. Nissan, if you're always half-hearted like that, Nanchan's gonna get angry, you know?
Well, I'm not a judge or anything, so I really don't know. Still, it seems like you've lost some weight.
Yep. Thanks to that, I can jump even higher now.
Height, 5'3". Body shape, well proportioned. However, it was her long limbs that really gave her the edge in figure skating. Go angular momentum!
Whoa!
When she tried executing a second jump, she lost her balance. Don't get too cocky and injure yourself.
If I got hurt, you'd come take care of me, right?
She chatted as she came over to the seats.
That is not nearly as attractive here as it was out there.
Aren't you cold?
No, I'm perfectly fine.
That thing you're wearing, is that your competition costume?
Yep.
I don't know what competition she's going for, but it is not Olympics legal.
No.
Is it okay to be wearing that right now?
The big day's coming up, so I have to wear this while practicing.
In a month and a half, Kanon will be entering a competition that is used to select Olympic participants.
But the main reason I'm wearing it today is because I wanted you to see it.
She held out her arms and hugged me tightly. Hey, watch it!
What?
Knives on feet, knives on feet!
Yeah.
Look at your feet! Those razor-sharp blades almost cut my toes off!
Slice 'em and dice 'em.
Actually, the blades probably wouldn't cut shoe leather unless you really jumped down on them.
Well, that's good to know, actually.
This girl has a weird sense of humor. Oh yeah, where's Mama?
Coach? She's in a meeting right now.
She's really busy, huh? I wanted to say hi at least.
Well, it's 'cause Nanchan just went to Canada, right? Since my foreign training is done, they're talking about the direction they want to take with me.
What direction do you want to go in?
I don't know. But I'm definitely going to the Olympics.
She's a simple one, isn't she?
Hey, listen to my popularity plan.
Plan?
The plan is to be even more famous so that more people will come and watch Nanchan's performances. Make sense?
Great. What comes next?
That's it.
It's a vague plan, but that's so like you, I'm sure you'll be fine. Kanon returned to the skating rink once again, smiling all the while.
Now then, I'm going to show you my quad jump too.
Oh, you mean the loop? Quad jump refers to the quadruple Lutz, an extremely difficult jump that has never been successfully performed in a public women's competition around the world. The jumping itself is easy. Landing the damn thing is the hard part.
I've always fallen down before, but I'm sure I can do it if you're watching, Nissan.
Yeah, the trick is you have to get a whole bunch, you have to be spinning pretty quickly, and when you land and your blade bites into the ice, you have to dump a hell of a lot of angular momentum without falling on your ass, basically.
Yeah, which is understandably quite hard.
Yeah. Hey, don't try it if you can't do it. It hurts when you fall, doesn't it?
But I'm gonna be even more popular if I pull it off.
That only works if you succeed.
Everyone loves it when you bring out new techniques, so I have to try my hardest to make it work.
Kanon started skating again, full of momentum. Huh?
Nissan, I'm starting now.
Wait, I'm getting call. It's probably Miki-chan again. Jeez, there's a limit on how much you can disrupt my life, you know. Hello? However, when I heard the voice coming through the receiver, I couldn't help but hold my breath.
Nissan, are you finished yet?
Kanon was nowhere near my radar.
I'm starting. I'm jumping. You'll be sorry if you miss it.
After the call disconnected, I said one thing to her. Sorry, something came up.
What? Wait.
Kanon stomped her feet, and the sound of crushed ice reached my ears. My mindset had already changed. My carefree time in the surface world was already over, because that call was from Azai Gonzo, summoning me to his quarters.
Ooh, drama.
The city's southern district is very quiet. It's a tranquil, high-class district, with newly built homes lined up one after the other. Each of the many mansions are so spacious and luxurious that it creates the illusion that one isn't even in Japan anymore. The pedestrian count is remarkably low, and I only occasionally pass by a cop patrolling on his bicycle. The luxurious doors all bear the metal plates of various protection agencies, sparing not even the space for an insect to pass through. It's an area that suitably demonstrates the power of the people who live here and control this city. After around an hour, I arrive at Gonzo's estate. No matter how often I come here, I still get nervous. Ellipses. When I press the doorbell, a maid quickly answers. It's Kyosuke. Is my father in the house? Ellipses. Ellipses. After a few more minutes, I was allowed through the gate. 2 expensive black cars were parked on the grounds. I looked at the pond as I walked up through the hall. On the way, I met a few of Gonzo's subordinates and greeted them. Gonzo is having dinner with a guest right now. I was commanded to join them for a drink. I can only follow instructions. I finally arrived at the door of the guest room. Light leaked out from beyond the sliding door. I didn't hear a conversation. Instead, I only heard the sound of alcohol rapidly flowing through someone's throat. Without a doubt, that man awaited me on the other side. Pardon the interruption, sir. It's Kyosuke. After a short while, Azai Gonzo released a deep sigh that resembled the brain of an animal. May I join you? I heard that there was a guest, but I couldn't sense anyone else in there.
Enter.
I immediately sensed something abnormal.
You're here.
A series of extravagant dishes had been strewn about the tatami mats. It's been a long time. I sincerely apologize. In this traditional room, a man who appeared to be a guest lay before me. He was bleeding from the forehead and was lying down flat on the table. I gazed at the man, unsure whether he was dead or alive, and put on a mask of indifference.
How have you been lately?
There are no problems worth mentioning. No problems at all. Before my father, before Azai Gonzo, I'm used to the sight of blood. On the corner of the table lay a crumpled business card. Maou Station. First Planning Department, Executive Producer. I think I've heard his name before. Every Monday at prime time, he airs a popular drama show with over 20% viewer rates. This guy is pretty famous. Both his personal and work lives are riddled with impressive exploits, and there is no person in the entertainment world who wouldn't wag his or her tail for him.
What's wrong? Does this bother you?
No, if he gave out his card, that means this is the first time they've met.
This guy is far too arrogant for his own good.
You haven't changed, Father. Kanon is famous as a beautiful figure skater. She's even been in a few commercials. If Gonzo called this man arrogant, then it's probably not his personality. It's likely because of some problem with a contract. At any rate, my father just submerged someone into the sea of violence upon their first meeting. Someone of rather prominent stature, no less. When I was younger, I always wondered why he could bend the rules like that. It seems like the man is still alive. Do you think you're just going to get away with doing something like this to me?
Ellipses.
Gonzo glanced at the man as he picked up a piece of sashimi, unrivaled in taste. I'm going to tell my lawyer. No, screw that. The police. I'll wipe you away, you scumbag. I'll wipe you from the face of the earth.
Ellipses.
Gonzo laughed gleefully.
Your daughter's about 20, correct?
Gonzo took another swallow of delicious sake.
Ellipses.
I can understand what Gonzo is thinking. It's too late now. To those who have never experienced true danger, threatening to call their lawyers or their police at the first sign of hostility seems completely logical. Only, it's too late. The police won't move unless something has happened, and a lawyer can't be by one's side 24/7.
So, you think you'll be satisfied after your daughter finds herself shipped off to the highest bidder and some of our worthless thugs do time in jail for it?
This isn't a dry threat. Multitudes of delinquents under Azai Gonzo's control are just licking their lips, desperately waiting to receive any order. Beasts who would take pride in their time spent in custody. They're illogical creatures. Men who don't even analyze their immediate future. They merely follow orders down to the letter.
Well, sit down and have some sashimi.
Blood is splashed here and there across the food. The blowfish looks particularly delicious. Thank you, sir. The man's breath was as feeble as an insect's, yet I picked up my chopsticks. Call an ambulance.
Are you going to drink?
No. Alcohol's a bit. Save me.
It's shochu liquor, made in Kyushu. It's quite something.
Really? This guy's on his last leg. Nevertheless, the two of us neglect him and enjoy our food. This is the relationship between Azai Gonzo and Azai Kyosuke. Well then, what's the day's command? I timidly cut to the chase. Gonzo tilted his head.
You're carrying the smell of a woman.
Pardon? What's he talking about?
You got a bitch?
No. Paying no mind to my refusal, he glared at me, emitting an unspoken, suffocating pressure. I swallowed. I was fooling around with a classmate, Miwa Tsubaki, for a couple of days. That was it, really. She has no money, so I have no real interest in her.
Ellipses.
Gonzo stared at me once again. He's almost 6.5 feet tall. Wow, that's tall.
Yeah.
The giant excreted intimidation from his every pore. Is there something amiss?
Not that woman.
Ellipses. A woman I've been around, but not Tsubaki?
I met with Kanon.
Yes, she told me. Gonzo took a furious swig of the liquor.
Kanon is different than Ikuko. She has spirit.
Ikuko is Kanon's mother. I call her Mama when I'm at school or speaking with Kanon. She's a figure skating coach. Also, she was Gonzo's lover long ago. In other words, even though Kanon was his only daughter, she was still merely the child of a mistress. Gonzo's real wife died a while ago. I never met her. Was it under suspicious circumstances?
One has to wonder.
Kanon doesn't know about this, and obviously Gonzo and Ikuko live separately. Kanon's personality is much more similar to yours than her mother's. Stubborn and arbitrary.
That girl will turn out to be quite profitable.
Yes. She's a candidate for the Olympics. Publishers and production companies are constantly knocking at the door. If she does manage to get in, foreign media will undoubtedly be interested in coverage. Her future is looking bright. As a front organization, we at the Azai Corporation should consider her as a powerful PR tool to help improve our image. Gonzo gives a satisfied nod at my suggestion.
About Kanon.
Gonzo opened up his hairy fist. The atmosphere in the room suddenly becomes unpleasant.
Listen, Kyosuke.
When he called my name, my anxiety peaked. My anxiety was off the chart when we started here.
Yeah. The bloody hand kinda got to me a little.
Fuck her.
Ellipses. In an instant, the strong man in front of me turned into a detestable monster.
If you want a bitch to do what you want, you have to eat her up.
How can such a father even exist? Even if she's illegitimate, Kanon is still his flesh and blood. To have his foster son engage in such intimacies, one must question the man's sanity.
We have to milk as much money as possible from her. Men may be all about logic and self-interest, but women are different. You got that?
Oh, way to be sexist, Gonzo.
On either side, really, it depends on the person.
I give an ambiguous nod.
I don't care how you do it. You can pretend to love her, or even make her your rightful wife for all I care. The most important thing is to establish a sexual relationship. Women place too much importance on that kind of thing. It's the easiest way to make those creatures obey you.
I understand. I'll see to it, sooner or later. My head is numb. When I am before the monster, all regular thoughts cease.
Also,
Gonzo lowered his voice a notch.
have you heard of a small organization named the Boys?
Yes. They're an event circle which has gained a bit of power on Central Boulevard. An event circle is an organization that helps gather customers for clubs when special events are held. They're just a group of party-loving thugs, but their outward appearance is pleasing, and they can dance and DJ. Compared to some talentless performers, they're actually quite good at gathering customers. Do you intend on doing business with them? After these organizations expand to a certain point, Yakuza usually come in to help clean up the mess. In exchange for a protection fee, the Yakuza will then help them out when they run into any sort of trouble. However, Gonzo wrinkled his brow at my supposition.
They're selling cocaine.
No way. My back erupted into a cold sweat. Such a small organization actually dared to sell cocaine? Unforgivable.
Unconceivable.
Of course, The reason that's unforgivable isn't because it's against the law. All the cocaine circulating in the city is under the control of the Sonoyama group. Azai Gonzo happens to be the leader of said group, the fourth in its history. I only know what I have to do, so I have no idea where they get the cocaine from. But the important thing is that these amateurs went ahead and stepped into our territory. And it seems their cocaine is of a higher quality than ours. That's very strange.
As we speak, I have men out looking for their leader.
With his mobility, power, and extensive network of information, tracking down a little brat or two would take little to no effort. Ah, I understand. I might not be needed in this case, but I'll search amongst the shadows. I lowered my head deeply.
Do so, son.
Yes. After all, I owe my current lifestyle to you, father. I drank with Gonzo until late into the night. I have no idea what happened to that unfortunate producer.